Oh, hello, folks, and I'm here today to discuss some things that are starting to be really annoying, and it is the amount of the stupidity that is allowed at all to appear in public, um, predominantly coming from the West that is trying to implement the stupidity rules on the entire planet and, if possible, on the entire universe. So, I'm here to discuss some things regarding that. Okay, specific account he here doesn't show his name. I can check and later post in the video, but doesn't matter. Um, Started the standard drill, like Russian evil, Putin evil, West so good and fantastic club. So it wouldn't be a problem if there would be just talk about how Putin is possible evil, and Russia as well, because I don't really see which country in the entire planet really wants so welfare for even their citizen and least about the entire world. So this is not the issue at all. The issue is that the West is presenting always as something so enlightening and so good, and it couldn't be more but the reverse of that. And of course, then when start presenting others as such that West should be presented, then that becomes really unbearable. And the biggest problem is that it is insanely stupid and really stupid argument. Okay, so let's start. Okay, yeah, I'm here explaining like how does his kind of argument look like, and here's what he's saying. And saying Russia is not murdering, raping, plundering, and invading its his English is real poor. Neighbor makes sense to you. Oh, please. I don't remember any peaceful Russia, but it would be great if they would try that for a change. Okay, uh, in all seriousness, really, what to reply on this? So I really asked him, just give me one example, one proof and one example. Doesn't need really you to find them. Like dig up somewhere, like try to find something to figure something to learn something. So if possible, just bring CIA, FBI, NATO documents, whatever media that can prove this. I literally saw zero reliable videos, reliable even photos. I really didn't saw a single reliable photo proving that. I saw some clearly actors, to say, people who are speaking about such things, but UN itself don't have a single proof about it. So Kamala Harris coming out and saying, "Oh, Russians are so evil; they're committing genocide." Or even worse, I heard even George Bush and Tony Blair speaking about it, which is kind of really disgusting and sick. Like, just motherfuckers bring one single one proof about it. Like, why should I take for granted any word that said George Bush, Kamala Harris, or CNN, Tony Blair, anyone, or this one idiot here? Like, bring me fucking proof. Like, is it so hard? Okay, regarding photos, they brought a photo about Bucha. I really don't know what happened there. It is really possible that happened war crime. I mean, this is war, and in wars are happening war crimes. So I'm pretty much sure that Russia did committed some war crimes, just as any side in any war does. So I'm pretty much sure that happened. That's not the issue here. The issue here is just bring one fucking the most stupid proof about it. So the proof about Bucha that they offered was first some satellite pictures where we see some black points on some field that are supposed to be graves. So, like, what that really proves? Just show me that contact that you say that it's too disturbing, so you cannot show. Just show us. We want to see it. We want to see all that to know that really happened. Just show us. Like, we want to see. Like, all you guys that repeating these sentences, don't you really want to see it? That really happened? Or just CNN and insanely smart guy, not at all senile, not at all evil Biden said it. Really? Like, really? Do you have any brain cell? Like, so Biden will tell you as CNN to jump off the cliff and you will do it. Of course, they're coming always reply, but they will never say that to us. They are so good. Like, bring one fucking simple proof about what you're saying. Because otherwise, all that you're writing here like this looks, and it's not just that it looks, it is simple fucking hatred. So, okay, let's see what else they were showing here. You're delusional. No, Russia is not supported by half of people of Europe. I'm not sure where I even said it. I said that the entire world outside of the West support Russia, and it is not really because we support Russia. It is more because we are opposed to what West represent, and West represent all that these guys writing here, and it can be easily checked. How can you support genocide? Like, do you even know what does mean genocide? If we're to talk about genocide, you're gonna check practically all American wars in the past 70 years. You're gonna check what they did to Native Americans as well. You're gonna check what the British Empire did. You're gonna check many, many other things. So you will then figure out that Hitler maybe is not even the worst possible person that ever lived, and certainly not Vladimir Putin, who, according to the last UN report, okay, let's check. Let's do some fact checking. UN report about climate change. No, this is not certain if you want to check. Casualties in Ukraine. Okay, 3rd January. Okay, let's see. Okay. A city. Not even 1,000. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, it's from 1st to 25. Okay. Let's see. 24 February to 2nd January. It is said 6, not even 7,000. Okay, it's probably more. It can go even to 10,000. Probably it's more. But do you know what means word genocide, you imbecile? Okay, if you want to check about genocide, you will see what happened in Rwanda. You will see what Hitler did to Jews. You will see what Croats did to Serbs, because here he is calling out Serbia in World War II. You would check these things. You would check what Hitler did to Russians. You would check what Stepan Bandera, the Ukrainian national hero. Let's check this too. Who is Stepan Bandera? And Hail, that's all you are repeating. Slava Ukraini, which means glory to Ukraine. Okay, let's check in English. Stepan Bandera. Is there English Wikipedia? Okay. Wiki. So, see, this is all Western sources. I'm not using RT1 as he called me out here that I'm using. Okay, you will see assassinations, early activities, UN, formation of mobile groups, World War II, post-war activity. Okay, you can check everything who the Stepan Bandera is. His best work that he ever did was to literally crucify with wires 6,000 Russian, Polish, and Jewish children on the road from, I think, Poltava to Cherkasy, I'm not sure which towns. That was his work, of which he and most of the Ukrainians that are in power today are happy about. So 6,000, okay. I know that from perspective of most of you who support all this, though this was really well deserved, because those are low-raised children of Russians, Polish, and Jews. Even many Polish and Jews accept these facts. which is literally insane, but they do, obviously, since they support Slava Ukraini and Stepan Bandera guy. So anyway, it's all very easy to check. So anyway, that is genocide, and because Ukrainian Nazis in World War II killed about 2 million of Jews, Russians, and Polish and Gypsies. But again, I think you do not consider that as a genocide, since he killed, from your perspective, low race people. Okay, that's your thing anyway. So, you want more genocides? You're gonna check how many victims were in Vietnam War, in Korea War, in Iraq War, in Libya War, in Syria War, in practically, literally every war that the United States led. We speak about millions. And I'm not gonna enter in the reasons of their wars. I mean, their reasons are clearly foul. But anyway, you want to speak about genocides? Hear you motherfucker. Those are genocides, and I don't need to show you, like, here every proof for everything. You can alone, your motherfucking fat imbecile fingers can type alone and check out some facts. This shouldn't be so hard for you, I guess. But obviously this is, because you simply enjoy your hatred and you don't want to check any truth. Okay, anyway. Okay, I do not think that any god we know would support the action started by one man: insanity, greed, and will to oppress and dominate. Let's see. Do we speak about Biden or Putin? Do we speak about George Bush or Putin? Do we speak about Obama or Putin? About who this guy speaking? Really. Last time I saw Joe Biden stumbling around, not knowing even what he's talking about, calling for a nuclear war, many, many other things, and he is the example of sanity. Really. Really. And Vladimir Putin, who says, are you aware that we do not want to allow that Nazis killing Russians? Are you aware that we are not going to allow you that NATO, the most criminal organization ever, be on our doorstep? So what is wrong? What is wrong with his actions? I really do not see any problem about his actions. And of course, when you beat in that argument everyone else, they're gonna say, but Ukraine has the right to choose for themselves where they will go. Really? Really? Well, what's the problem then if say, any other country wanted to join Axis in the World War II, if you know what the Axis was? Well, what was the problem? Oh, really, they're joining Adolf Hitler and Third Reich, really? Is there any difference between the United States and Third Reich? I just named you only few wars that they led. Official fact says that, I'm just gonna type you here, all USA wars since World War II. Oh, it's pretty. Let's see. You see how much that goes. Never, 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 never ends. It is, in short, 76 invasions of NATO as the entirety since World War II, since its existence, and 35 million killed. And this is all perfect. They're peacekeepers. They're all good. What Russia have a problem having NATO on their borders? NATO is so good. What's the problem? Let them come. Really. I mean, this is unbelievable that man needs to speak about these things at all. So Russia is literally dealing with the most evil organization that ever existed. And how is Russia the bad guys? Putin is the bad guy. Oh, fantastic. Not to mention against whom he's directly fighting. So we just saw Stepan Bandera. We saw supporters of that regime. Okay, this was about genocide. Okay, let's see. Satanism, I tell that to Mr. Putin. I need to speak something about the Satanism as well, because I see people are calling me crazy for using the term Satanism. This is more and more used term in the entire world outside of the West, clearly, which narrative they will have to accept over time, but they will just have, they will have to accept that the rest of the world using that term for their ideology, and it's pretty much scientific. All the major historians, or the major politicians, or the major cultural workers, everyone who knows anything about anything, using the term Satanism, and it's well scientifically proven because entire West is doing. I'm going to start from the believers' perspective, doing everything opposite the entire society, everything that they're doing, from their wars, from their society, from the culture they're spreading. Uh, um, I'm not speaking about all culture because that's the culture that entire world liked. I'm speaking about your culture, about gender stuff, about the climate change, other things, World Economic Forum things, other stuff. Uh, is there anything that is related to Bible? I mean, not to say that they're imposing stuff to transgender God. Anglican Church is going to accept this, which is I don't know what to say anything else but Satanism. But it is also no need to be a believer and to see that what they're doing is literally evil. So if we know that exists good and evil, we came to the point that the discussion about existence of more than two genders is practically a waste of time, since it is proven that there is 77, 8, 130 genders, and if you try to discuss about it to prove that there is only two genders, this is just a waste of time and cancel it. Okay, so, but we came to the point to speak, does there exist good and evil, really? And you use terms evil only when to describe something that it's not you, really. So you're, by God given right in which you do not believe, you're by default good, really. I think that what is good and what is bad determined by deeds, by actions. So I guess if I try to slam this idiot with something, hand or whatever, that should be considered as something that it is not really good. And I would agree, even it would be really hard, resistible not to do so. But yeah, I guess that wouldn't be good. But killing 35 million people since the World War II by one organization that presenting itself as the beacon of goodness, I guess that is pretty much evil. And you don't need to be a believer to define that as evil and as Satanism. So sorry, but there is no discussion about it. That is a fact. That is simply a fact. Okay, let's see what this guy says. Any more Satanism? Okay, that's it. Does God want innocent children raped and murdered? See a doctor, please. Bring me a proof for that, you motherfucker. What an idiot. A really sick idiot. I believe you, but the people of Russia. Okay, this is not for me. This guy, I don't know what he's saying. Okay, so I said, I think you need help. He's replying to me, I think you do, otherwise you will not promote Putin to one send his soldiers to Ukraine to murder, rape, plunder, and kidnap. Again, repeating the same and same stuff. Again, bring me one single proof of what you're saying here. I can bring you thousands of proofs. American troops doing that. I can bring you even some proof, and I'm going to show them later, that Ukrainian troops doing some of this stuff that you're saying. But bring a single proof. Anyone, I'm challenging anyone, CNN, Biden, anyone, United Nations, bring one fucking proof that is what the world wants to see, not to trust on words, on the proven killers, genociders, and other all kinds of freaks that you are. So sorry, when Tony Blair says that Russia is committing genocide in Ukraine and bring no proofs about it, just as about the mass destruction weapons in Iraq and anywhere else, and in half of the West, yeah, Tony Blair said it. Really? Really? He said it. Pretty much interesting. Really, pretty much. It's hard to believe, but such people exist, really. No lies, not a single one, and only hatred toward us who murder, rape, and again, and yeah, like a broken record, repeating Vatnik. I don't know even what Vatnik is, but it's clearly something to insult me, correct? Yes, and everyone without white, blue, red, blindfold can too. Oh wait, maybe I should say red, blue, white. I guess implying that Serbia is also some evilish country that is threatening the freedom of poor NATO. So one big huge Serbia with 3 billion population is so bloodthirsty, threatening tiny little NATO. Really interesting, pretty much interesting. And that is a narrative that they get in their newspaper, media, social networks, and everything else. Okay, one more thing. Clearly, this is not the fake account, because someone may think that this is fake account who is trolling. No, obviously this guy, I not recognize fake accounts. Fake accounts usually, I met tens of them. They usually enter in argument with you, and when they are completely beaten, they really give up and delete all their comments. I'm pretty much sure that people may really actually confirm that who had a chance to lead the arguments with a fake account. So no, this fan account is not fake. Real accounts, especially with low IQ, as this guy, poor guy, it's not his fault. He simply has low IQ and he's releasing himself to the complete hatred. You can simply make a difference between a fake account and such accounts. They usually argue to delete the endless arguments, and it's just, usually like good old Mark Twain said, if you motherfuckers ever heard about him, never argue. Okay, let's see, I guess that should pop up. No videos, images. Okay. Yeah. Here's what good old Mark Twain said: never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down on their level and they beat you with experience. Good old Mark Twain. He's pretty much correct about it. So no, I will not argue with this idiot endlessly. I'm just gonna put an end with this video because he asked me to bring some proof, so I'm gonna bring some proof. Okay, let's see a bit more. Man, do you possess any sanity? That was my question for him. Name what evidence you'd what, except hatred circus in your sick mind. Evidence of what? Of Russian war crimes? Yes. There is more than plenty of evidence. And then he says, my latest video is my answer to you. Watch my latest video, dear Vatnik, whatever Vatnik is. Watch me, okay. Well, video was reported for breaking the community rules. It was too violent. Okay. That is how TikTok works. Don't show Russian war crimes. Appealing. Really. I saw thousands of videos where they're showing about the like yours, where you're openly calling for lynch on Russians or everything. Where I feel like, okay, these guys are calling for murdering Russians. Isn't that the problem on your network on TikTok? And I will always get the negative answer. And then when you ask people that post such videos, are you fucking sane? They remove your post and they says there's nothing wrong with it. You are the wrong one. You're attacking innocent person, really. So that is really how TikTok works. So we all know really well how censorship is strong in the West, because otherwise you would see any other second thought about anything, but we do not really. And if someone asks why my video won't be removed, because it probably won't be removed, that's how actually they're working. Anyone who read Freud and Jung and know anything about psychology, he knows that if algorithms do not recognize that something became viral, no need to remove it. Is better to let it exist, because existence of fair cheeks can be a proof that there is no censorship. You can see this video. But why it has so low views? Oh, because no one wants to watch this cretin, because he's not saying the truth. Well, actually, any video that started becoming viral will be removed. This was the same with my post here. I'm having it somewhere. Yeah, okay, this was through Raul. I see someone report me for saying the truth. Okay. Outdated Western propaganda that Nazi arrest which admitted to shut down rocket by Ukrainian air defense. It was about the rocket that fell in Dnipropetrovsk a couple of months ago. Ukrainian officials admitted that that was the rocket that they brought down, but everyone accused Russia. So again, the same story. And my post was removed because it had hundreds of likes, became really viral, and it was removed. Okay. So it turned up that there is no such video. Okay. Because there is no such video, simply. Oh, please stop your lies. Show me evidence of this then. Okay, I'm gonna show you right now. If you're to speak of true face of evil, then we'll check into it. Okay, that's pretty much what I said already. And it all started. Oh no, this is the another video where someone asked, "Why so many dead Ukrainians?" Where I gave pretty much correct statement. Their deaths are not pointless. They bravely died for the services of Satanic West, and they are proud of it. Gladly, the bullshit you put there is word by word cited from Russia One TV channel, so it's propaganda. The fact that you are not embarrassed by repeating is. Where I asked to Kerr explain himself, and where he immediately started speaking about some, again, imaginary Russian war crime, but I didn't want to engage on that level with this guy. I simply asked him, man, stick to the point. Just explain to me how, since you said that I'm lying, that West is satanic and that Ukrainians are Nazis that are proud of it, just prove me that it is not correct. Man simply quickly disengaged and removed everything, and this is the example of the fake account. Okay, the rest is unimportant here. Okay, now about the proofs, what is happening from the other side and Ukrainian war crimes. Okay, let's see. This is, you can just read some things. I'm not sure that there will be sound from my desktop. Okay. Okay, this is Azov movement. Okay. According to the West, real heroes. White supremacists. And look, it's time. It's not some, you know, Russia Today or Sputnik. It's time. I'm going to show you what this symbol is, by the way. Mm-hmm. According to FBI, really? Really? According to FBI? Okay, this is something different. Drug bomb. Okay. Okay. This was in the American Congress. Oh, so there was some war actually pre to 2022. I don't hear that today in time. Okay. You saw the symbol. I'm gonna show you later what that symbol is. Really? Really? Are you following what writes here? Oh, really controversial. Oh, really? Really? By the way, this is the symbol that was shown in all European parliaments, on Eurovision context, on all huge sport contexts. Let's support Azov, our heroes! Really? Well, you alone in fucking time that has 1,300,000 subscribers admitting what it is. You sick fucking bastards. Okay, I guess did no need to watch everything. Today we rest, but we were proposing our new Ukrainian values. Okay. Isn't it what Ku Klux Klan was doing? Isn't it what SS divisions were doing? I never really saw Russian army doing such occult things. Really, many. I want to say many. I would say a lot. So not any more Ukrainians. Clearly, practically entire West. Really, in U.S. Army. Ooh. And all said on time. In, I mean, not in time, but on time, because we're speaking about respectful media in the West. Okay, the rest is unimportant, I guess. You saw enough. Let's see the rest. Ukraine clashes dozens that after Odessa building fire. Okay, it is said that here is, I think, 67, not sure the correct number, burned Russians alive by the Ukraine military forces and other extremists. And it was again before 2000, I mean 2022. I'm here that it's just Russian propaganda that there was any war. It was just mad Putin who woke up one morning and decided to invade a sovereign and innocent country. Again, this is the Guardian. This is not Russia Today. This is your Redmi media. This is your one of the most trusted media. So why don't you trust in this? What's the problem? Is there any problem about it? Or you simply know everything and just want to hate? I think the second option is rather obvious. Okay, let's see. War in Donbass. Wikipedia. Again, Western, pretty much reliable source. 2014, 2022. Really? Really? There was war? Just imagine there was war. 14,000 people were killed in war. Okay, Russian side saying that these were all civilians, and practically were, because there were only militia. So civilian forces and few volunteers were participating in that war. So practically these were all civilian victims. Some were carrying weapons, probably half of them. But militia, as they are paramilitary, they're half civilians, they're half army. So all 14,000 can be put in civilian casualties. Pretty much interesting that that's still way more than these. How much there was? 7,000 according to UN, and this is also according to UN. Also, what is interesting, yeah, not to forget to show this. Where is war led in Ukraine? So, war in Ukraine map. Map. Okay, let's see images. And we can see the front line here. Now, okay, how to put it? Russian speaking areas of Ukraine. Yeah, let's say this. Images. Let's see. Pretty much all maps, more or less, but we can see this is pretty much the front line where it is led. Oh, we know that Ukrainian army is stationed in hospitals, in schools, in buildings, everywhere. Interestingly, where is war led among the ethnic Russians in Ukraine? Do we want to speak about war crimes? Isn't it a war crime to be stationed in a fucking hospital with the troops? And most of all, stationed among the population that is not yours. So if we speak about 7,000 civilian victims, we speak about 7,000 Russians, ain't we? Ain't we? And how they died? Because mad Putin want to kill everything, even Russians. Really? Really? Just fucking give me a break, you fucking cynical and haters morons. You fucking Nazi imbeciles. You fucking lowlifes. You fucking imbeciles. More crimes. This is not a war crime, but this is a crime against humanity. So practically half of the population in Ukraine that knew only to speak Russians, even both languages are practically the same or similar, must speak Ukrainian from the day that they passed this law. So just tell me how the fucking 8 years old Russian who was born in Ukraine, grew up there, was working there, who should be receiving Ukrainian pensions. By the way, they are not giving them pensions. This is also really very probable. Now must learn Ukrainian to speak. Ain't this crime against humanity? On the response, they said it's mandatory for everything. You cannot speak even Zimbabwean in Ukraine, really. And how many Zimbabweans are in Ukraine? This is beyond ridiculous. This is just unimaginable. Some people still talk about it. It is normal. Okay, war crimes. This is so-called Alley of Angels, where I think that 60 or something, or even more, children, it's probably about hundreds we're speaking, died in shelling of Donetsk from 2014 to 2022. And literally many witnessed that these graveyards exist, and many reporters, for instance, like I think his name's German, Alina something, Alina Lip, I think. It's not Alina Lip. German reporter Alina Lip, something like that, I think. Yeah, it is Alina Lip. She was reporting about these things, for instance, and then German country decided to open trial for her for false information, and she was about faces 3 years in jail. As far as I know, she disappeared, or to say she is murdered, probably. Because if trial was ever made, it would be really hard to hide what's going on there, and everyone would know that this fucking charade. So, as far as it seemed, they murdered her. Poor soul. I hope I'm wrong, but as far as I know, that it was happened. this Telegram channel where you can find. I really couldn't be bothered now to seek for that, but do something alone, really. For instance, there is really recognizable video that is not shown in BBC, but even BBC speak about it. What does it show? Where is it filmed? About shooting of the Russian soldiers. Few were shot in the knees. Practically surrendered. Few were shot in the knees and left out to bleed. A few were shot on the spot. So we have, even on BBC, confirmed Ukrainian war crimes, but we see zero confirmed by any video or picture Russians' crime against Ukrainians. Even the BBC alone is full of wars of genocide of Russians, war crimes of Russians, and all other kinds of stuff. Just you managed to show pictures of war crimes against Russian soldiers. Do not showing a video, but there is a video on Telegram. I really couldn't be bothered. I don't have installed Telegram on PC, and I don't really want to I have any intentions now showing everything. Do something alone. There is a video that shows that. And if you want a truly reliable source that has zero censorship, so you can see any kind of videos, bloody videos from the war front line, you can see. You can glorify West, you can glorify Russia, you can glorify anyone. You will not be banned. So, if we speak about the true information where it can be found, this is Telegram, a new era of messaging. Okay, I recommend everyone to install it. Okay, I wanted to say something more, but I probably forgot. I probably forgot many things to say, but this should be sufficient, I guess, because man, I really don't know what else to say. God help us all, really.